up by Green. Throws it back up top. James puts up the three. Oh, it's good! LeBron James from downtown.
Hello, welcome back to episode of 3 Guys on Mic. My name is Jeremiah. As usual, I join my two co-hosts here, William and Aaron. And before we start this video today, I want to remind each and every one of you guys to like, comment, and subscribe on this video, guys. It really means a lot when you guys interact with us, guys. Let us know we're doing something right, guys. As well as our Instagram down below in the bio and our TikTok, guys. Call it the talk. Make TikToks every week, okay, guys? That being said, now NBA playoffs, guys, are officially done, right?
Yeah.
Now, we know who's in. We know the Milwaukee Bucks won it, right? We got to see how things played out, right?
Yeah.
Some upsets, yada yada, so on and so forth. However, what I'm curious about is for next season, I call this little game show called the ins and the outs, right? Mm-hmm. So I'm gonna ask you guys a question. Okay. You guys gonna get a team. You're gonna decide if they're in or they're out. Okay. I'll say one team. You guys both decide. Okay. Well, you could go first here. Now this first team that made the playoffs, right? As a lower seed, right? Last seed. Mm-hmm. Let me know if they're gonna make it again. The Washington Wizards.
I'd say no. The reason why I'm saying no is because there's already talks about Bradley Beal getting traded to a contender. And Russell alone on that team, I'm going to see them making the playoffs. So, yeah.
Okay, Luma.
I agree, but there's also rumors going around that Russell Westbrook might leave.
Oh, to Lakers.
And if both of them leave, then the only person they have on that team to lead them is David Bertans, who has 9.5 fingers, and Rui Hachimura. And I don't see them being a playoff team.
Alrighty. Next up, a team that, was kind of disappointing. First ever playoff appearance for Ja Morant, Memphis Grizzlies. Mm-hmm. What do you think here? After a big trade with the Pelicans, so.
Without Valanciunas, which was a big part in them getting into the playoffs with the playing games, I say no. Just for right now, I say no. So, and it's because I think the Warriors are going to get better. I think the Blazers still take a step back, but there's other teams that I think are going to get better, and the Grizzlies went in the wrong direction. So
okay.
Yeah, I don't see them getting a seed higher than 8, if I'm being honest.
Yeah.
I think the addition of Eric Bledsoe is good for Ja Morant because he brings that veteranship, leadership. And I think Steven Adams and Giannis Valanciunas are basically the same player. And I think the Grizzlies got an extra pick out of that trade. So in my opinion, the Grizzlies won the trade, but I still think that they don't go higher than an A seed.
Okay. Willie, you mentioned this team here, the Portland Trailblazers. What do you think about this one?
I'm going to go ahead and say yes because he still have Dame and CJ. Okay. So right now, I'm going to say yes. I still don't think they're going to be a spectacular team, but I still think they have playoff contentions. Mm-hmm. I'm not even sure if is the play-in tournament still happening? So, yeah, the play-in tournament, I still trust Dame in a one-game situation. So, I'm going to say yes.
Okay. Luma?
I think they are, too. Just it obviously depends on how Dame and CJ are situated. But I think they need one more star, in my opinion, whether it's a shooter or a wingman, because I don't think a 37-year-old Carmelo Anthony is going to be that guy for them.
Wait, you think they need another star to win a championship or to make the playoffs?
Well, to be like a higher seed than
like a contender.
Yeah, a contender.
Yeah.
Because right now I don't see them as that.
Mm-hmm. Okay. A team 2 years removed from an NBA Finals appearance. Miami Heat.
I'm saying yes, and honestly, it's because the East is so weak. And the Heat, even though they had a subpar playoff performance, they still made it to the playoffs. They still look good going into the playoffs. They were injured last year. I think next year with the healthy team, and you never know what trades they could pull off. So yeah, I still say they make the playoffs.
Yeah, but Jimmy Butler as their leader, I think they're in it every year, and I expect a huge bounce back year from Tyler Hero. And there's also speculation that Duncan Robinson might be moved for Brandon Ingram, and if that move's made, that makes them a contender for sure. Puts them up there.
Okay. A team that, was used to being in the playoffs here, surprisingly last year, was not in it, right? A team that, for the most part, have been in the playoffs. The Indiana Pacers.
I'm going to go ahead and say yes, but for the fact that there's still a playing tournament, anything can happen, but I still see them as a top 8 team, especially when you have Sabonis, you have Karis LeVert, who's coming back. He looked great at the end of the year. It just sucked that they had to run into the Wizards, who was playing phenomenal at that time. So yeah, I still think they can make the playoffs this year.
For me, they're difficult kind of because last year they were injured, and I think that Brogdon and Sabonis are a good duo. And there's another team I don't see them going higher than a 7th or 8th seed.
Yeah,
they still have young talent though. Don't get me wrong.
Okay, fair. Up next, the Minnesota Timberwolves. A team that has talent on this roster.
Yeah,
just can't really get it to click together. What do you guys think?
I say no I say not this year. I think they could be in the talk for it. I think they could probably make a 10 seed in the play-in tournament. But when you have players like D'Lo, who's always injured, you have Cat, who's like, I mean, he's not inconsistent, but it's just his play doesn't really result in much in their wins. This team isn't really that good. And I think they have a good core, a good young core when they're all solid and healthy. But it's hard to have that with those guys. So I'm gonna have them at like 10 or 9, and I think they get borderline playoff team.
Okay, Lamar.
Yeah, with the Timberwolves, I feel like they're a situation like the Knicks. How the Knicks always struggle to find that right coach, and then when they got Thibodeau, things changed. Mm-hmm. But I think the Timberwolves need a defensive-minded coach just like that, and then they'll be in the top 1 through 8.
Mm-hmm. Up next, the New Orleans Pelicans. What do you guys think about that one?
I'm gonna say no.
No.
I'm gonna say no because of the fact that the West is so competitive, and I don't see them making enough moves. Yeah, they have Valanciunas, but like from a scoring wise, like Brandon Ingram's good, but I think they need a superstar to put them over the top. And I do think Zion can be that superstar, but just right now, they don't have enough firepower on the West to make it to the AC. So
they're kind of frustrating too, and I don't think that they're gonna be a playoff team because I feel like there's a lot going on in there that we don't know about, like with Zion and his family not wanting him to be there, Brandon Ingram trade rumors, Lonzo probably leaving. Yeah. So I think there's a lot going on there that we don't really have the answers to. So I don't think they're a playoff team this year.
Yeah. Okay, speaking of the balls, the Charlotte Hornets, right? Charlotte Hornets, a team that was very close. Yeah. What do you guys believe?
I definitely think they are.
Yeah, I think they could be 8-7 seed. And
I know we're all thinking, right? LiAngelo Ball. That's what we're all thinking, right? That's why I said him in there, right?
No,
that's why they're gonna make it.
Yeah,
I think it's because LaMelo Ball. He's coming back from the injury for one, and he has another year to get better. I just think they're just gonna be a better team. I think if LaMelo Ball was healthy and wasn't coming back from his injury for the playing games, I think they could have made it to the playoffs.
Yeah. Especially with a wrist injury.
Yeah, with a wrist injury like that.
Gordon Hayward, Miles Bridges.
Yeah, Gordon Hayward too. He also got hurt, so yeah.
Hands down, I think they're a playoff team.
Okay, that's fair. A team, I believe it's almost 3 years removed from a championship, the Toronto Raptors, right? Are they in or the out? In or the outs? Out?
Yeah, I'm not really big on this team. And especially when your franchise player is looking to play somewhere else, when there's a lot of rumors going around that he wants a big contract with like $30 million a year. I just don't see Toronto having enough pieces around them. And again, you saw last year they were inconsistent. I understand they were playing in Tampa Bay, which is very far from where they usually used to playing, and like it's a weird situation. But yeah, I just don't think they're gonna make the playoffs this year. They just don't look like a great team right now.
Yeah, me neither. I think Kyle Lowry's gone too, if I'm being honest. And then a lot of going on with Pascal Siakam and Nick Nurse, their drama last year. I don't see them being a playoff team.
Okay. The New York Knicks. Now, I put this team here. Yes, they made it, I believe, a 4th or a 5th seed. However, there's always that team every year who made the playoffs the year before, right? And they crapped the bed. This year was the Heat, right? They crapped the bed this year, right? What do you guys believe?
I say yes. The reason why I say yes is because you give that young core another year. You got them that playoff experience. You got them experience in that home crowd, the atmosphere and everything. And again, the East is really weak. So it's really hard for a team to, to take a step back and they're out of the playoffs like that. Okay. So, and again, you never know. There's always talks about them adding another star with Randall. So, and even if they don't add a star, I still think they're a playoff team.
Okay.
I think they're a playoff team too, simply because they now have experience, and I think that the Knicks probably might spend a lot of money in free agency to get them over the top.
Yeah.
All right, and then to round it off with the last team here, saying this team right here, the Boston Celtics.
Yeah.
Do you think the Boston Celtics are in? No, keep in mind, they were a 7th seed.
Yeah.
Okay. So why are they in? Why are they in?
One, you have Jason Tatum, right? You have Jaylen Brown. That's a good duo right there. And again, last year was injury based, a lot of injuries. And then we had COVID early on in the year. We had injuries.
Yeah, start of the season. Yeah.
My only worry is that our new head coach. We just, I don't think he's gonna be bad by any means, but it's just, it's a 1-year thing where it's his first year. We don't know what to expect from him. But I think when you have 2 stars like that, you're gonna be fine, especially in the East Coast. So
yeah, that's another team where there's a lot of speculation going around with Bradley Beal. And even Westbrook, I've seen some reports. But I think they're in because that duo is probably going to be dominant for the next couple years. Possibly see them winning a championship. I mean, you never know. They're good 3-and-D players. They're evolving their game. But I think the one thing that they miss this year heavily has to be Kemba Walker. I mean, I know he struggled a lot last season.
Yeah, but his
leadership, you could always see it on the court. But I think they're in.
One thing, Messier, I'd be willing to wager this. I'll say it right now.
Wait, are you playing the game?
No, I'm not playing the game, okay? But I have a hatred for this Boston Celtics, okay? I'd be willing to wager in 2 years, if they do not come out of the East, the squad's gonna break up. In 2 years, if they do not come out of the East with the head coach change, with adding pieces, adding stars.
Wait, what squad though? Like, what do you mean? Like, you mean Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum?
Yeah, they're gonna split up. They're gonna split up because at a certain point it gets frustrating. And I believe in 2 years' time, if they do not come out of the East, they're gonna look elsewhere.
I think they're gonna.
That's what I believe.
I kind of agree with that, but I don't think they're gonna shake up the 2 stars. I think they're gonna break up any pieces like around them. But the 2 stars, they're still gonna be by that time 25 and 26, which is still really young. So I don't really.
I'm saying the stars themselves, they're gonna.
Themselves,
they're gonna want it.
The only one who could do that in 2 years is Jaylen Brown. We never know. So
yeah.
Okay.
All right, guys.
Hang on. I have a question because just going on. What do you guys think about the Bradley Beal going to the Celtics?
I'm gonna be honest though, like for real, like I'm not sure.
Who would they have to give up for?
Most likely Brown, and I wouldn't give up Brown for Bradley Beal.
I've seen trades for Smart. I've seen Smart out too. I've seen trades for Kristaps. I mean,
the only person the Celtics should look into trading, honestly, out of that core they have, has to be Marcus Smart.
Yeah, I was about to say it has to be Marcus Smart because Brown, like even though he's not like a top 15 player, he's still really good on his in both ends, right? And again, he's still really young, and also what he does off the court.
I don't believe you're gonna have all 3. It has to be only 2.
It has to be 2. Yeah.
Alright, guys, thank you so much for watching another episode of 3 Guys 1 Mic. Let us know down below what you guys thought about this this week's episode, guys, or this segment, guys. Thank you guys so much for all the support, guys, and have a great day.
But the 2 stars, they're still gonna be by that time 25 and 26, which is still really young. So I don't really.
I'm saying the stars themselves, they're gonna.
Themselves.